Good morning. Thanks, Kim. Good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. I am so excited. I don't know if you guys, you know, I wish you could feel my energy through the computer, which, I think you kind of semi do. But I am so excited because this particular woman is not only a dear friend, but she is, I honestly, I don't even know where to start with Alice. And her nickname is like the cutest. We call her A-Rod in the office. And
Yeah.
she is, her heart is just blooming. It's huge. And you can go to her for anything. When I need help or an agent need help, she literally just, she's like, what do you want, honey? How can I help you? She never say, you know what, I don't have time. And she is a top producer in my office as well. So we're very, very grateful and very lucky to be in business with Alice. And like I said, I'm always speechless because again, she just has such a great soul. If you haven't met her personally, get to know her because she's one that will definitely blow your sock away. And her energy is phenomenal too, very contagious. So to kick it off, Alice, give us a little bit of tell us a little bit of who you are. Who is
Oh,
Alice
well,
Rodriguez?
uh, or should I give you the bio on my dating app?
Why not, babe? Because we may have some single gentlemen on our call right now.
Do you want that bio or you want my resume? No, I'm kidding. Um, Geez, let's see. I'm happily divorced, and I got my little kitty cat. She's around here somewhere.
Oh,
And yeah, no, I live in the city of San Pedro. I've lived in San Pedro since '08. But I literally came from the inner city to the South Bay in the '70s. I think it was late '70s, early '80s. Yeah, yeah, and hung my license in Hermosa Beach
mhm.
in 2003. And when I bought a property here in '08 in San Pedro, I just love this little town, and I hung my license with Keller Williams because it was a natural thing to do. I was working with like Leslie and Karen, and at that time was Sally and
Oh,
Catherine Benison, who are, senior agents in the community. And it was just a natural fit to hang my license with Keller Williams instead of, at that time, we'd have to go to Hermosa Beach to do paperwork.
oh,
So we did enough driving in our business and then having to go there. And it was just a natural fit to hang my license with Keller. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
love that.
And
I
I've been
love
with
that.
them ever
Thank you.
since. Mhm.
I love that. Okay, well, before we segue into the real estate world, what did you do in your past life?
Oh, geez. Since the '70s, I worked for aerospace. I worked with Hughes Aircraft, Boeing, Raytheon, on different product lines. DirecTV was one of our first launches. One of their product lines. I worked military as well
Huh?
during yeah, the Afghan war in the '90s. I worked on the missile systems. So I worked in operations. I was a project
Wow.
manager, scheduling, planning. Yeah, I worked in operations and delivering products to the customer, the end user. Yeah, for 20 plus years.
Oh my
Never
goodness.
sold anything. I just built them. Yeah.
Wow. That's phenomenal. And you guys, again, this woman is just jack of all trades. And coming from the aerospace industry, literally, I know it's being recorded, but man, what a badass. I mean, just a strong, strong individual. I mean, you literally are such an inspiration. I love
Well,
that.
in my mind, the way my brain works, it's like a puzzle. And to me, uh, I never sold anything. I had to learn to be a salesperson. But
Hmm.
to me, it was just another product. It had a roof, it had a foundation, it had wires, it had plumbing. It was just another, how do we build it in my
Correct.
brain? But
Correct.
it's not that. It's how do you sell it?
Right.
So that's what I had to learn.
Ah, that's amazing. So after aerospace, what made you say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and put corporate America behind and go into
Mhm.
owning my own business? I mean,
Yeah,
when did
corporate
that
America.
happen? Right.
Right, because you have your pension and your 401k. And yeah, it was a big leap, huge leap. I was actually out to lunch. I was on a sabbatical for about almost 2 years. I took up diving, and I was diving for 2 years all over everywhere. And I thought, oh, geez, I guess I got to get a job.
Who
Guess I
wants
gotta
one of
do it.
those?
One of those, because the company was paying me. They paid me for like 2.5 years not to
Mhm,
have to work. Anyway,
mhm,
so I met a friend for lunch on a Tuesday in Lanada Bay.
mm.
And I told her, yeah, let's go to lunch. And I saw all these open house signs. So I asked the waitress, why are there open house signs on a Tuesday? What's that all about? And she told me that's Brokers Open.
Oh, okay.
And I went, oh, and I walked in, and the girl was really, really rude to me,
Mm.
really rude. And so because I just wanted to see the house, and it was $1 million in Palos Verdes at that time. That was 2002. And so I called a friend of mine who worked for Remax, who was in aerospace, who worked for Remax. And I called him and I said, hey, Dave, I went into this house and the girl was really rude. What's this Brokers Open? What's going on? He went, that's what you should be doing. And I went, wait, what? And he goes, no, that's what you should do. And I went, why? He goes, you have the gift of gab.
Mhm.
And I went, wait, what? And that day I got online. Well, then it was dial up.
Oh my goodness.
I got online, and 6 months later, I got my license.
Wow.
And I got my license on a Friday, and Tuesday I had my first listing appointment, and Friday I had my first listing, and I never looked back.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so license, first listing appointment, and then you got that listing. What did you do to get that first listing?
Well, we I hung my license with Shorewood Realtors, which
Okay.
had 44% of the market share in the beach cities, Redondo, Hermosa, Manhattan. They had
Mhm.
44% of the market share. So being of, corporate America, that's how my brain works. Who am I going to hang my license with? I want to hang it with somebody who's going to bring me money,
Right.
right? So I met with Berkshire, I met with Century 21, which I thought, oh, it's Century 21, it's in Torrance, I live in Lomita, oh, it's a good fit. But no, they had a good rookie program like we do at Keller Williams, where we have the Ignite classes, we have they have the training for the principals course and your license, right? Like we have it at Keller Williams. But those other high-end brokers didn't have that.
Mhm.
So I had to go to another place to get that, and Shorewood offered that. And yeah, so I got my license on a Friday, and my mentor, like we have a mentor program, right? My mentor says, okay, you got your license. What are you going to do? I went, I don't know. What am I going to do? She goes, we've been doing this for 8 weeks, Alice. Go out there. And literally, I went out my door and started knocking
Mm.
in my neighborhood and offering them information about real estate. And I knocked on the seventh or eighth door, and the guy says, my wife and I were just talking. We want to sell a house, and you live down the street. You're a neighbor. And that's how I got my first listing.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, a question did come up while we're on this. Did you ever gone back and try to sell that first open house or that first listing that you had?
Oh, they're my clients to this day. They're
What?
still my clients.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I've
amazing.
sold their kids' home, and well, at that time, 2003, the kids were just getting out of high school. So I've sold their kids' homes and cousins, and
Oh, that's amazing. That's
yeah.
amazing.
And the other thing my mentor told me, call everybody and tell them what you did. Everybody you know, which I knew everybody in aerospace. And I'm calling them, and I'm like, you're not going to believe. I went door knocking, and I got this listing. I got a listing. And from that, ex-boyfriend who I called said, oh, my uncle wants to sell his house in Redondo Beach.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah, it was huge, huge. Yeah,
See,
it
it
was a
doesn't
page turner.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we used to do. The only thing that matters is we do the work, we execute it, and then ironically, our luck just falls onto our lap. And that is
Well, not luck. It's not easy to
easy.
call.
No,
It's not
absolutely.
easy to call.
Right. Well, and that's why, because there's certain agents that would say, oh, you're lucky. It's like, no, it's not luck. That's why I'm saying ironically, when we do the work, the
To do the
luck,
work.
quote and unquote, kind of happened, but it's not luck. Like you didn't see no one see what you had to do in the background, the door knocking, the phone calls, right? And that
Mhm.
was, I'm sure, was not easy as well.
No, hey, I challenge everybody on this. Call your ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Call your ex-boyfriend, and you never know. Yeah.
And do you still stay in touch with this ex-boyfriend?
Oh yeah, we're all in aerospace. We're all friends. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. That is so cool. Awesome. Okay, well, so that's kind of your past. Now let's fast forward to the present a little bit. You have held your gauntlet for many, many years on being a top producing agent. You never veered off of your goals and your destination. How do you do that? How do you keep yourself so accountable? How do you keep yourself so consistent, ensuring that every single year you keep on growing your business?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't have a team. And yesterday in our ALC clinic, how important it is. Um, yeah, I don't have a team, but I do have an admin, um, an assistant who does all the she's the back of the house, is what I
Mhm.
call, and I'm the front of the house. Yeah, no, but for the team leaders, right? Gordon, senior agents like Karen and Leslie and Wendy, calling them and brainstorming with them and, how do we get through this next shift? My sphere of colleagues, my lenders, understanding what's going on with lending, title, what's changed, the different props that have changed, and
Mhm.
how I can be an influencer to my clients, you know.
Mhm.
So it's the clients that um, who call me out of the blue, uh,
Right.
that keeps me generated. Hmm.
Yeah, no, I love that. And just goes to show you, and especially to our newer agents, it's like irregardless you're in the business for 5 days or for 15 years. I mean, Alice is a prime example. She's constantly learning. She's
Yeah,
constantly asking questions. She's always curious, and that's one of her amazing attribute as well. We never stop learning.
right. And I always say that I learn a new thing every day,
Hmm.
because when you meet an agent who says, "Oh yeah, I know all that," it's not. It's all about them,
Hmm.
and it's not. It's about the client,
Correct.
right? So when you say that you know it all, uh, uh, yeah, they're tough to work with.
Correct.
Um, but no, I learn a new thing every day, a new form that car comes out with. You really got to understand it, because if not, you will make a mistake, and it's sometimes a costly mistake if you're not paying attention and not understanding where you can, you know, advise your client that if you're going to sell the house to your kids, they can take your property tax as well.
Hmm.
What a benefit,
Hmm.
right? And
Absolutely.
they're like, "Oh, wait, what?" And you learn those things, and you're able to share that with your clients. And
Yeah.
I get educated every day on real estate. Mhm.
That is awesome. So aside from education, what do you also do to drum up? I know you have an amazing, amazing book of business. Your referral system is, I would say, you've got it locked in and dialed in. You've mastered that to a very high level. But drumming up new business, what do you do for lead generation on new businesses? And considering our market has shifted, we're not in a shifting market anymore. We are now shifted. What do you do to expand your business and prepare yourself for 2023?
Oh, well, you gotta have a plan,
Correct.
right? So make sure you have your plan, right? And budget for your plan. And we have to get out there, you know. Um, the days of, oh, ring, please ring.
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna happen. No, you have to be me. What works for me is I'm out there. I go out. I'm not shy about door knocking, open houses. I'll do one or two, what have you. But that for me, that doesn't work. I'm not shy about knocking on a door. Um, I'll wear my badge and I'll go to the market because
Hmm.
everybody talks real estate, right?
Yes.
Everybody knows about real estate. And you follow them out to their car, you get their name, you get their number, you go to the bank.
Hmm.
I walk into the bank. I don't go to the ATM, you guys. I
Right.
go into the bank to get $20 or whatever it is. I'm not shy about that. Like my friend Dave said back in 2002, he says, you got the gift of gab.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and and you're capitalizing on your strength, which
Mhm,
that's what it is.
mhm,
That is awesome. So aside from your name tag and you're going into, all the local areas, making sure that, you actually physically go in and not, doing a drive-through or the ATM. What else are you using any lead generation platform, or are you doing mailers, anything like that at all?
Yeah, well, I belong to well, for this past 7 years, I belong to an organization called BNI, Business Network
Mhm.
International, which
Yes.
I really encourage everyone to look up. This organization, they're the largest networking organization in the world.
Wow.
In the world, okay. And I use that platform. I belong to a chapter here in San Pedro, and unfortunately, I had to step back after 7 years. And but I use that platform to network all over. I mean, I had contacts I'd go to Mexico, I'd go to a chapter meeting. I was in Hawaii, I went to a chapter meeting. Back then, we met in person. We weren't on Zoom. We didn't even know what Zoom was back then, 7 years ago. God, I sound old. And
No, no, you don't, because a lot of people did not know Zoom until the pandemic.
until I had to learn it really quick.
Correct.
But no, they're the largest networking organization in the world. They were 1/3 of my business income
Whoa,
yeah,
that's huge.
right, was 1/3. Yeah, yeah. Walking away from that was huge. But I stayed in contact with everyone that I networked with.
Mhm.
Nevada, North Carolina, Florida, Hawaii, yeah, to this day.
Wow,
So the Chamber of Commerce, I go, I meet, you just need to meet one person,
correct.
one. That's all you need is one. And you go to that once a month, once a week, what have you, Rotary Club, VFW, yeah, VFW, Elks Lodge. Um, yeah, I would recommend, you know, they look at you as a resource um, for information,
Mhm.
and they're like, oh, hey, let's ask Alice. I'm like,
Exactly.
what? So, but to this day, I still work contacts with BNI, and actually, I got a call from an attorney in Whittier
Wow.
that met me, and he said, "Hey, I got this divorce
Mhm.
going on in Long Beach. Will you handle that?" Because I dig you, and I sent him information and what have you. You just gotta give them the information, and I do that on email. I do that on command. If you
Yes.
haven't, at a minimum, everyone get a username and password on command
Yes.
and
Agreed. And
start loading that information, and they get it, and you'll be top of mind.
yes.
They get that information. They have a great system in command. that touches them, and yeah, and they remember.
Yes, and what Alice is talking about is the smart plans. I mean, you set it and you just let it go, and your clients will constantly receive something that you had already set up. And
Set it and forget it.
yes, exactly. I love that. Set it and forget it. We should do a whole hashtag on that. And and that's it's streamlining and making your business more efficient. I mean,
Right.
like Alice said, she doesn't have a team, but she has been able to run a very smooth operation and not burning the candles on both ends, right? She's taking care of herself. She comes first, and and her admin is streamlined. Everybody's all dialed in. But I know that it wasn't easy to get there. You still have to build a foundation. You still have to do the work.
Mhm.
But once you did it, now you're like, all right, cocktail time, right? And knowing that the clients are constantly going to still receive anything that you had already set up, which I think
Mhm.
that's so powerful. That is awesome. Man, I mean, your lead generation system sounds like you've dialed it all in. I
Yeah,
mean,
right. But set it, don't forget it.
mhm,
And I was talking yesterday in the ALC clinic that I challenged myself that there's I narrowed it down to 430 solid people I will call. And I started with the alphabet
mhm,
and calling them all, going, did you receive my smart plan?
right.
Did you receive my email? Did you find it user friendly? Do you have any questions? What do you think? And by the way, do you know anybody who's looking to buy or sell?
I love that. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a golden nugget right there, you guys. By the way, do you know
By the
anybody
way,
that would like to buy
do you
and
know
sell?
anybody who's looking to buy or sell? Yeah.
Wow, so
Because
powerful.
everybody does, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, and like you mentioned early on, everyone talks real estate, and especially right now. Oh my goodness, interest rate is up and down like a yo-yo. Our market is okay. Are homes dipping or not? And we're like, okay, well, we think that it's dipping, and then we see an area like RPV, Rolling Hills, and even some San Pedro. We're like, wait, we're sustaining our rates, right? So, I mean, we're all over the place. The market is all over the place, I should say, and we should not be all over the place. We should have it dialed in. That is amazing. So one more, so we have a few more minutes left. What does a day in Alice Rodriguez business look like? When you wake up in the morning and you're setting your day, how does that look like?
Oh, weekday or weekend?
But well, we're in real estate. Our days are all just kind of jumbled in. So every day, for example, tomorrow's a Saturday, the weekends, what do you do to set your Saturday up for success?
I start like on Tuesday and Wednesday
Oh,
to
okay.
prepare for the weekend. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
huge.
think we all should, whether we're doing an open house or showing property, because that's when the clients are, more available.
Right.
So, and I got an email this morning, and I told them on Tuesday, I need you to select, because I need to make reservations for this weekend because you're available. So I start on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm very old school, and I have a notepad, and
Mhm.
I write down all my to-do lists for the day, and tomorrow and the next, preparing. So I need to see it, because I come from aerospace.
Mhm.
That's how we did it. We did it. Everything was in writing. So
Right.
but it works for me. A lot of people use their calendars, um, which I do as well. But I still, write it down because I want to conquer what's ever on that list. And if
Correct.
I don't, I move it to the next day.
Ah, I love that.
So,
And you're
yeah.
not old school. I think that sometimes it's just the fact that we have it here, right? It's like you can feel it, you can touch it, and it's in front of you.
Mhm.
I think that I mean I know that you use your calendar appointments, and your calendar is pretty organized as well. But I'm with you. It's something about it being in front of us and being able to touch it. It's that click in our mind, like, okay, we need to conquer this, right? In your
Right,
calendar, it's perfect. It's, it's on there for purposes, but
right,
it's the fact that it's us writing it down, consciously putting it on paper and making sure that we execute it is definitely a huge thing.
right. Every morning I take time for myself.
Mhm.
And where I live on the peninsula, excuse me, and it's 7-ish, I get up 7-ish, and I walk about 2 miles and
My
listen to
God.
music, and then I come in and I hit it, I just start, I wake up, I do that, but then I wake up to real estate and to see what's going on in the market, what happened, how many new products came on, how many came off. Because we have to study it, right? Because when when someone asks us, we we want to know that information
Right.
to intelligently, let them know. And then when I go to before I go to bed, or not before I go, at the end of the day, I should say, um, I'd look to see what happened in the market, what new products came on, what went off, what changed, and throughout the day, working with my sphere, with
Mhm.
my lenders, my title, what happened, watching the market, so, that's probably why I don't have a dating life.
Oh gosh. Okay. I don't think that's the case. And I love that. That is a huge. Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
Shereen, that's right. Shereen made a comment. She's like, she likes that you're bookending, the end of the day, which is amazing. I agree. I agree. It's a kind of a way to just unwind because I know your day is jam-packed. I see you all the time. You're in, you're out because your calendar is constantly filled, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
And helping other agents too, like,
Correct.
yeah, yeah, and you really got to connect with out of area agents, and because you never know, real estate's a small community, and you never know who you're going to run into again.
Correct.
And so it's not uncommon to get a call from somebody in Newport Beach,
Right.
that says, "Hey, can you help me out? Can you show this property to somebody?" And whatever,
Yeah, I
so.
love that. I love that. So we have a minute left. What is your advice for all of us? And also, we do have quite a few agents that just kicked off their real estate business in
Good.
today's market. What is your advice for them to start doing?
Attend the Ignite class in person.
Mhm. Yes,
Because
yes,
you got to feel the energy from the instructor.
yes.
You got to come, if you're local, you got to come into the office.
Mhm.
It's okay, it's okay, but you got to feel that energy and network with the other agents and learn from them. I mean,
Yep,
because they want to share what they've done and how to best help you, and whatever questions that you have. Being on Zoom is, it's great, but if you really want to succeed, you got to come into the office,
agreed.
attend that Wednesday meeting, be there. Yeah, be a part, and you'll be successful, and you get to meet your lenders, you get to meet your title people and your home warranty people, and understand, so when you have a client, you're in the know.
Correct. Yeah, no, I agree.
Hope that helps.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's so important. Sometimes, we can feel lonely, right? Being a real estate agent or a broker, or even sometimes even if you have a team, you still feel lonely, right?
Yes.
So we need to be able to feed off of our energy, and we need to have that synergy, in our office. And when we go out there, we tell the clients, it's myself and my team. But if you don't have a relationship with your team, then what team are you talking about? So yeah.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, you want to make sure that, you capitalize on it. And I can promise you, if I've have a few agents that's not in LA Harbor, but South Bay agents that's on the call now, and Coastal, you guys have been in our office. We believe in culture. We believe in energy. And, it's LA Harbor's DNA. We literally mastered it, each and every one of us, from leadership down to my top producers to my brand new agents. That's our DNA.
Front
It's
desk, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
We all feel it.
right. And because of that energy, like when Alice comes in, I mean, everyone's excited. We're all excited and we're talking, we're mastermind, like, what is happening? What's your deal? And she'll talk about her, when we do our wants and needs and coming soon, Alice is always, oh, I have this and I have this. And that motivates our other agents to go, okay, I need to kick my butt into gear, right? It's so powerful when Leslie or Karen and the Prestige team, I mean, Sean, and we have so many great
Yeah.
heavy hitters that when they produce, everyone else is like, okay, I need to get there. I need to get there. And that urge and that need and that just wanting more for yourself is so
Mhm. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, when I hear when I hear them, I get motivated.
correct.
And I've been doing this going on 20 years in January. It motivates me. It's just like, get your butt in gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Even talking right now, I'm like, okay, I need to get my to-do list today too.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, thank you, Alice, for your time. We love you. We appreciate you.
I feel so special. Thank you
Because
so
you
much.
are.
Go Rams.
Ooh, go. I love that. No, and please, all of you, whether you're in our office or not, remember we're all sister offices. We are here as a resource. If you see A Route on the street, stop her and have a chat with her. She's an amazing person.
Yeah, call me anytime, you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, call me
Absolutely.
anytime.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
join and find a chamber, find a networking organization, LaTip, BNI. Yeah, just put yourself out there. It's kind of, sometimes it's awkward, but it's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay, because you'll find your center. Yeah,
I love
hope that helps.
I love that. Well, per Alice, it is Friday. Put yourself out there and take the bull by its horn. You guys
Okay,
have a
sweetheart.
great weekend. Take care. We love you.
Thank you for having me, you guys. I feel really special.
Always.
Okay. All right. Have a